Welcome back to Brick Gaming YGO. I'm back here today with a kind of different deck profile. I've been doing a lot of Ultrageist in the past, a lot of Thunder Dragon, and a lot of Pendulum. I've done a little bit of everything, but I'm coming in here with the deck that gives you diabetes. So please like, comment, and subscribe. If you guys like this type of content, please let me know in the comments below, and let's get right into this video. First off, I play triple Angeli. I think Angeli is very solid. I think you need to play 3. You want to see as much as you can, and it's just a really solid card. Next card is triple Madolche. This card is also very solid. You get 3+1 every single time, and you can summon it multiple times in a single turn, since there's a way to get additional summons in this deck. So, Madolche, really amazing card. Next, I play triple Pudding Sassor. This card's really good. If you have no monsters in graveyard, you special summon her from your hand, and then you can special summon Madolche from your deck, which is just another 3+1, and gives you free ways just to get into rank 4s almost immediately. So another really solid card. Then I play double Hootcake, really broken, but you only want to play 2. It's a card that you don't want to play at 3, can be kind of bad, and there's ways to get to it, mainly with Angeli, so since you have ways to get to it, and the only thing that you're really ever going to banish out of your graveyard for it is either Angeli or a hand trap, and for that reason you only play 2. And there's also other ways to get your monsters from your graveyard back into your deck or into your banished. Then play 2 Messenger Gelato. I feel like once again this is another pretty standard ratio. Really good card, gets your spells and traps for your Madolche stuff and allows you to combo further. Next I play 1 Pudding Cess. Unfortunately, this card is proxied right now, since I was unable, this is like the last Madolche card I need to pick up, and I was unable to find a copy, but just be aware that there will be a copy in future deck profiles for Madolches. Next is for the hand traps. I play triple Gamma and 1 Driver. I think this is good. If they leave at the end phase, they just get banished off, so it doesn't really cause you issues. It stops your opponents, doesn't load monsters up into your graveyard. Just a really solid card altogether. Then I play triple Ash Blossom. This is the only hand trap that goes to the graveyard in this deck, like monster that's going to the graveyard. I mean, you can play other hand traps in this deck, such as Nibiru, but I feel like Nibiru is better as a side deck card this format, just in my own personal opinion, since any combo deck can really just get around Nibiru at this point with either a Negate or an Appaloosa, so it's better I think just to play Ash and stop them early. Then I play triple Chateau. Chateau's really strong. 500 boost, shuffles everything back from the graveyard into the deck, and yeah, it's really good. Just really solid card all around. You always want to get to this card, so I play 3 copies. Then for the next one, I play triple Madolche Salon. I believe this is the extra normal summon, which is super good. Super good to get extra summon in this deck, and yeah, allows you to set Madolche spells and traps, and is just really solid altogether. The next one is of course the 1 copy of Ticket. Ticket's really good. Just basically allows you to combo further, and card in this deck that allows you to combo further is good. This one you just play it once, since you don't want to draw into it. It's a card you want to get off of something like Salon or off of Messenger Gelato. Next, I do play 3 triple tactics. Obviously they are proxied. I am a college student, obviously not really within the budget, so yep, 3 triple tactics. You could play no triple tactics in this deck. You just need to find other ways to play around it, since unfortunately Callback to the Grave is at 1. You still want to play 1 copy just because this deck can be fragile at times. So anything that really allows you to either prevent your opponent from hand trapping you, or allows you to get advantage off your opponent hand trapping you, that's the way you want to go. Then 2 Pop Desires, which can also be 2 Pop Extravagance. It's really up to you, depending on which one you want to play. You can go either way though, so I think Desires or Extravagance can be good in the deck. I think Desires is arguably a little bit worse, just because the main deck stuff is very important, but if you do it at the right time and the right scenario, it can be very strong. Then for the traps, I play double Promenade. Promenade is really good. I almost want to play 3 of this card just because, negates are pretty strong, and this deck doesn't have very many of those. It more is an OTK deck, so you happen to go into a grind game, Promenade is busted. Next is Madolche Lesson. I think this card is arguably very strong. I know that a lot of people wouldn't really consider playing it or find it to be weak, but get stuff out of your graveyard. It gives you boost. It can be the difference between having game and not having game in this deck. So I think it's a pretty big deal and is pretty solid. So I would definitely consider playing it if you currently are not playing it. Then I will play triple Infinite Impermanence, which is strong. Is another card that just is a monster, goes to your graveyard, which is really strong in Madolche. So I will highly recommend playing triple Impermanence if you can get your hands on them. Then for the final card is, of course, not Bottomless Trap Hole. This is, you can either play Floodgate Trap Hole, which I feel like is really strong in this deck, or you could go ahead and just play, of course, Gravedigger's Trap Hole. I think Gravedigger's Trap Hole is arguably the better option, but I do not have Gravedigger's Trap Hole, and I think I'd get a lot more questions for playing Floodgate Trap Hole instead just proxying it. So this is a proxy for, of course, Gravedigger's Trap Hole. Then moving on to the extra deck, I play double Tiramisu. Since there isn't extravagance in this deck, I feel like 2's fine. You could definitely still play 3, but once again, this is an OTK deck, so I think it could go back and forth. If you choose to play extravagance, play 3. If you choose to go with Pod Desires due to financial reasons or just not having the card, I think 2 Tiramisus is fine. And then from there, of course, the triple Chocolate Mode. Really good card, just really powerful. It is a great combo starter and great way just to get into all of your plays. So of course you're going to play 3. Then of course the best starter in the deck, Glass Souffle, and this card, or Glass Souffle, my bad. This card is just really strong, protection, allows you to get into all of your cards. Just really, really nice, really powerful card. Would highly recommend playing this card at 3 copies. Then for the rest of the XYZs, I played the 1 Rafflesia and the 1 Abyss Dweller. I think Dweller is really good right now. I think there's a lot of decks that just lose to Abyss Dweller if you can stop them. The only ones that don't really fit into this is arguably Dogmatica in certain situations, and arguably like an Invoked, but even then, it shuts down enough of their plays that it can just kind of prevent them from really having options against you. So I would highly recommend playing these 2, really powerful. Your other option could be like another generic XYZ, but I think out of the generic XYZs, I think Abyss Dweller is the best one to go with. Then, of course, 2 copies of Fresh to start. You can play 3 once again, arguably 3 if you're playing the Extravagance build. I played 2 in the Desires build, but I still think this card is very powerful and is a good card overall. And of course, with the Extravagance build, you want to play 3. Then moving on to the generic links, just board breaking stuff, which is Phoenix, Unicorn, and Borlo. This is just board breaking stuff. They can also be Access Code or Boral Sword as well, depending on what you have. I think right now Boral for this deck is really powerful, but Access Code I think would be the next best option. Finally, Boral Sword would be the least best option out of the just go for game cards. And then Nightmare Unicorn and Nightmare Phoenix can just break boards in case you need them. And yeah, that's the deck profile, main deck and extra. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Once again, please like, comment, and subscribe. If you're not subscribed, subscribing would mean a lot to me, the community, and the channel. And yeah, thank you guys for watching once again. I'll see you in the next video.